Hey everybody, we're going to be talking about Age of Darkness, the final stand today, and I'm going to be giving you 15 tips to success in this game. And so this guide is geared towards intermediate or beginner players, but yeah, just check this guide out and see if you are missing anything. Alright, my first tip for you is to expand as fast as you possibly can. This game is all about expanding and building your economy, and the more ground you take, the more farms and homes you could have. My second tip would be is while expanding, it's crucial to be expanding in areas that give you good resources. And for lumber, you want 15 plus resources. And the reason why you need to be doing that is because if you are getting a low amount of resources, all these buildings require something to run it, and it just means you're going to be spending more money on other things to run it. And so the same rules apply when you're doing a farm. You just kind of want to put out the best location. Others, you're spending resources to get resources, and you just find yourself going in a constant loop. But so when you're doing a quarry, different rules apply because you need every iron mine and stone farm possibly in the game. So therefore, you just need to get all of them. Tip number 3, as you expand, you definitely want to find choke points, and whenever you find a choke point after expanding, you're going to want to build a tower there. A good thing to build there is, a tower for your archers, or just any kind of defense. That way you could hold the nightmares out. And so tip number 4 I would suggest is always keep every shadow unshadowed in your base. And just what you see me doing right here is I'm basically just putting houses in an area that there's shadows. And another good tip for dealing with shadows is if you have control groups, have more than one control group. The reason is you could have one on offense and the other is on defense, but the defense could also help you get rid of the shadows so you could build in your base in areas that have shadows. And another thing you could do is build light towers, but I prefer typically to build houses early game, but once I get later in the game I start building light towers everywhere, and that's the best way to get rid of them. And that brings us into tip number 5. Tip number 5 is just memorizing basically all the buildings. For example, houses are Q, walls are W, torches is E, resources is A, military is S, and advancement is D. Tip number 6 is figuring out where you're going to be attacked next. And the easiest way to figure out where you're going to be attacked next is just click some units and tell them to go to the location where the crystal is about to bust. Or just even look where your closest wall is to get a general idea of where you're going to be attacked. That way you can get your archers and warriors and all your stuff over there before you're attacked. And setting up good defense, you always know it's a good defense because they will never reach your final wall. And there's also another way to confirm where you're going to be attacked is when this crystal explodes, you will see a light blue pathway that goes all the way to your base. And to confirm it, if I just look in front of my walls, do you see that lightning path just right in front of my walls right there? That shows me that's the direction they are going. So now I just need to send all my men over there. Tip number 7 is to always just come up with a plan how you're going to take down all the enemies and basically have all your rewards go towards it. For example, I'm picking 2 for 1 on this, and then also I need to be stacking my talents to be going with my final abilities, which these are my talents that I'm picking. I think these are the best ones. You could look at other talents, but yeah, overall, the archer in the tower is the best, and then the siege stunning is the other best one. And tip number 8, you want to upgrade your town hall as soon as you can because it increases your income and allows you to have more storage space. Number 9 is, I would say, your buildings. Your lodges are definitely, you get the most bang for their buck. So technically, you could just build lodges and be fine in the game. However, if you're building a little area, you'll want to upgrade your lodges. And tip number 10 is you're going to want to travel around the map and kill all these demons. And the reason why you want to kill these, I guess they're not demons, they're nightmares. The reason why you want to kill all these nightmares is for the crystals, because that allows you to upgrade your talents for your siege and your units and stuff like that. So you're just kind of exploring around the map and killing these big guys. But you always want to have a big enough army to do that, of course. Tip number 11. So I would always keep an eye in the left corner because I, for example, saw my hero take damage right there. But sometimes there's just like a lot of siege guys or maybe some suicide guys by him. But if he's dying, your army men are dying too, or your troops are. So like, just pay attention to him, and whenever you see he's taking some serious damage, just teleport over there and handle the situation, because this game you always got to be expanding, but at the same time you need to be building, so it's just managing your time, or your hero will die again and again. Tip number 12. When it comes down to the final fight, you want to find the best choke point. It doesn't even matter if you have defenses past then. Just sell them and go to the best checkpoint and build there. And you always want to build on the bigger side of the choke point. That way they're funneling down a certain part, and you have just more towers hitting them and more ways to kill them before they reach you. Tip number 13, my favorite one. They are coming. So just be prepared. They are coming, and so all your stuff outside of your main choke points are going to get destroyed. And so what I mean by this is plan ahead of time, build all your offense and defensive stuff before they get destroyed. Especially your troops, because you're not going to have enough farm food for the final fight otherwise to build them. And tip number 14 is just research and make blastows and catapults as soon as you possibly can. They are like the best defense, and you want to put them in controlled groups when you're defending walls. And see all these siege things attack my walls, you want to use them to target those guys. Tip number 15 is the Grand Blastows. You could actually change their target, and so I changed them to the strongest target. And what this does is it makes them focus on the big guys. So it makes it so I could actually aim my catapults at the siege guys, and then the Grand Blastows will take care of the big dudes. And after you follow this tip guide, you should see this victory sign come up. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you guys have any more tips or anything like that, please hit up the lobby and tell people other tips and suggestions or things you thought was better than things I said. But yeah, I just did this for you guys, and so I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe and throw those likes up, and I will catch you next time. Take care. Bye.